Hello, hello. You're tuning into the Careering with Cameron podcast, your safe place to ask all the dumb questions about finding a job. Welcome, everybody. It is Kevin Cameron with Careering with Cameron. I am joined again today by one of our favorite guests ever, Rebecca Sanabria, who we have known each other for many, many years and has gone back to one of our favorite schools, St. John's International School in Waterloo, Belgium.
Yes.
We'll give them a little quick shout out.
Yes.
And all previous classmates who survived the bus back and forth in Europe. But anyway, I'm excited to have you join us. Last time we talked about headshots.
Yes, we did.
And this time we are going to talk about presence. Like when you're on camera.
Yes.
And most of us are at this point, probably through interviewing or networking or figuring out what internship you want. Presence is a big deal. And it's not natural for everybody, right?
No, it's not. Thank you for having me back, first of all.
Absolutely.
I just want to say that. Yes, presence is everything. The way you sit, the way you look at the computer, the lighting all of it makes a difference and makes an impression. So your headshot is definitely a first impression. And then the second impression would be in your interview. So if you're interviewing, the way you show up to the interview says a lot about you, and people make their decisions super fast.
Oh, yes. A couple seconds and they've made the decision.
Yes. So you have to make sure that you're showing up with your best foot forward and making sure that you put everything in your favor when you're showing up in person on Zoom.
This is also like, we should call this episode Fear Factor for Kevin. Because Kevin's sitting here right now going, oh my God, what is wrong with the background? What is going on with how I'm sitting? What is she going to say? I don't know. She's the professional at this. Anyway.
You look great. You look great. I see, really, the background does make a big difference. And yours is great. It's blue. It's a nice color. A+, Kevin.
We try. We had coaching. We had coaching on that from our podcast person, Christine.
You did?
Yes, we did.
She did good.
She's on the mark.
I love it.
You need a podcast person. Call Christine.
I love it.
So, I think for many people, this may be their first, I am going to be in a professional environment, networking and or interviewing.
Sure.
Where it's not meeting with a bunch of people I already know.
Right.
What do you think? Where do we start these folks off? Where do we give them some help and make them comfortable?
So, depending on the job that you're going for will change the way that you're dressing and showing up to the interview. So you definitely want to dress for the job that you want. Whatever that job is, you do your research and you figure out if it's a suit, if it's a tie, if it's more casual, figure it out and dress for the job that you want. And then in addition, when people sit down for a Zoom, your energy sometimes tanks when you sit.
Yeah.
So it's really important to either shake it out, as weird as it may be, do some jumping jacks or just walk around your house, do some loops so that your energy is already up. So when you sit down, you're already energized and not showing up sleepy and spending the first bit of the conversation just kind of warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
What about, I would imagine, testing audio, testing video, all that good stuff?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Do a test Zoom with somebody you know. Also, make sure you have all your software downloaded, because I know a lot of times if they're doing it on Microsoft or versus Zoom or whatever you're using right now, Riverside, you have to make sure that, you have to make sure you have the software ready to go so that you're not late to your meeting because you're downloading Zoom. It's not good.
Very true.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
It's not good. It's not good. No, it's not good.
It's pretty similar to showing up to the interview half an hour in. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. No. And no good. No good. No good.
Yeah.
No good.
What about in terms of this is a big one and people I think really struggle with it. What about lighting? How do you work on that? Especially from a photography background, I would think there's lots of things that blend here, right?
Yes.
What are the tips that we should stick with?
So I'm actually lighting this right now. So I have lights for this Zoom. I have a soft light over here and I have other lights. But if you do not have a budget to get lights for your meetings, I would find a window or natural light because it is the most flattering, and you want to face the window. So you want to move your desk, make sure your background is not crazy and it's nice and clean. Face a window, and that light will be the most flattering if you're not able to invest in lights for your meetings.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Now, if you do have lights, I would put them, if you were able to change the Kelvin setting, I would change it to 5600 Kelvin. It's very nerd talk, but that mimics natural light.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Who is this Kelvin guy we're talking about now?
That is the warmth or coolness of your light. So most LED lights that you can buy now off of Amazon or anywhere that you use for Zoom or video, they can be inexpensive. They will still have an adjustment option so that you can change your light from being warm, that looks more like, your house lights, versus cooler, which looks more like natural light. Natural light will read better on camera.
Interesting. Did not know this.
Yeah.
Did not know this.
There you go.
Look at that. All right. So does it matter like how many lights we have?
Just so that your face shows up nicely on screen. So that's why you do your test. You do your test with your friend and you make sure, okay, I'm not grainy and they can see what I look like. And other than that, I wouldn't worry too much about light, but you just want to be able to be seen and not look like you're in a dungeon or a dark hole.
I'm looking for a new job so I can move out of the dungeon. Please help me. Yes.
This is my home. This is my home.
Yes. It'll be fine when you hire me. I'll be here in my dungeon.
Once I can afford to come out of my dungeon.
Send the work down, please.
Yeah.
So what about the background? Like, I know we both have great backgrounds, but guidance in terms of what to use as a background.
Zoom has a great feature where you can change the background. So you can make it anything you want. You can make it look like bookshelves. You can make it look like you're in an office. And if your space is not very photogenic, I would absolutely use one of those backgrounds. If not, use a blank wall. Find a wall in your house that is just blank. And I would just use that. As simple as possible is the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a lot of chaos back there. Okay.
No, not a lot of chaos, not a lot of mess. You want them to focus on you when you're in the meeting.
And also be aware of what is behind you.
Yes.
Beyond just the background. I mean, I've had situations where people's kids have joined the session with sock puppets and things like that have been parading around.
Yes.
So you never know what your kids will do.
And you don't want your underwear in the background. So you want to make sure that.
I mean, depending on the job. Like, depending on the, maybe. But yes, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. We're going to say probably not. For this particular audience podcast, probably
not. Yeah. I would also say, too, so the background is important. What you're wearing is important. The lighting is important. But also your posture is super important. So if you come into the meeting and you're kind of just like looking... just like you're doing the person a favor, that will not get you hired. So you want to make sure you're sitting up straight. You also want to make sure that before you turn on your video, you shake off any grumpiness or, off of your face and start with a smile. Not forced. It doesn't have to be forced, but just that you're happy to be there. All those little cues will help with that first impression that you give your interviewer.
There was a... kind of like a trinket we used to give out at Radian for the recruitment team when I worked there. That was a mirror, little mirror about this big, and it said you can hear a smile, and it's 100% true.
Yes,
I mean that was believe it or not many moons before we were doing a lot of video conferencing, but certainly even being able to hear it and certainly see it makes a big difference in somebody connecting with you.
Yes, absolutely.
And to your point, they're making a decision quickly if they feel like they're talking to Grumpus. That's hard to do.
Yeah, when there's so many people going out for the same job, you have to make sure that you're immediately stepping with your best foot forward.
And so, the other piece of that would be making sure that as you're working through that connection with them and you're being pleasant and all that good stuff, the obvious point to make here is please don't turn your video off.
Oh my gosh.
Please don't.
Sin.
Don't do that.
I hate that.
Please don't do that.
During the pandemic, my kids were obviously on Zoom the whole time. And so many of the kids had their screens off. And I was like, that is not okay. It is so disrespectful.
Yep.
Put your screen on. Put
Yep.
your screen. Nobody wants to talk to a box. So
yes.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I'm thinking when somebody does that is, what are you doing?
Yeah. And what are you hiding?
And what are you hiding? What are you
What
doing?
are you hiding? Yeah.
And if you have dogs, I want to meet them. Like, I'd like the dogs to be part of the conversation. So bring them in.
That's
but
right.
yes. Yeah. Please have the video on.
Yeah.
What about, so I've heard this was one of the things I was coached on recently on the podcast piece. What about in terms of like distance from where you are in terms of the camera versus the wall versus the tape? Like, how does that all get figured out?
Well, it should look comfortable. You don't want to look like you're sandwiched between the wall and the computer. And you don't want to be so close that it looks,
hello.
Yeah, you don't want to be that close. And you also don't want to be a tiny little speck on the screen. So the way you and I have it right now is great. You see the head, you see some shoulders. I think that is respectable. I don't think you need to see more, and getting closer feels invasive.
Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who are listening, you really should be watching as well for this particular podcast.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. It's a good example. We're great examples.
Here to help.
Here to help. Exactly. Anything else that would be helpful in terms of like, how do we set this up that we test?
Yes.
Download the software.
Yes.
Check
lights, check your outfit.
Lights.
And, you can use the same outfit for every single interview. And don't tell places I told this. You can also buy something and return it.
Oh.
For your interview.
There you go. Yep.
I've for sessions with clients, I have had them go buy an outfit. And I was like, once it's in a photo, you're never going to want to probably use it again. So, because everyone's going to say, oh, it's the same outfit in your photo. So just buy it, return it, take care of it while you have it, and then return it. And then that way, you can take that and take care of having a nice outfit.
That's a good idea. And you can have new outfits for each time.
Yes, sure.
Look at that. You're very fashion forward.
Very fashion forward. Very fashion forward. Let me look at my notes, because I had some notes for us this was another thing I wanted to talk to you about. Coming into an interview with main character energy, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes. Tell us more.
Yes. So confidence for a main character. So when you come in, it's not that it's all about you, but that you are confident and you're coming into a scenario where you're like, I would like to know about you, but I would like you to know about me. And main characters are always, the main part of the story. So I want people to think about that when they're walking into an interview. They're the main character energy.
I love that. I'm borrowing that. Yes,
take it
100%.
And run. Take it and
run.
Yeah,
I mean, that's absolutely right. So I think it's a great reminder when you're going through the interview process. Oftentimes, you can get sort of intimidated, right? Coming into the interview where you've got this person who's interviewing you that you're like, whoa, they're like super accomplished. They have more experience, or maybe.
Or you really want the job, or you really want the job so badly that you trip yourself up, which also can happen.
Yep. So coming in, that you're acting through it in terms of being the main character. This is the person you're going to be. Now, let's not create a whole separate person.
No.
Like, let's just yes.
Best version of yourself.
Yes. Please stay yourself.
Yes. Don't become Tom Cruise, or don't be weird.
No fake accents. No fake accents. Right.
No, we're not, unless it's an acting audition, but
true.
That's different.
Or like at The Office is coming back. Maybe there's a possibility there. But yes. So still be you, but be the main character version of you.
Yes. And as the main character, I would say, when you've researched the job that you are going for and you know what they're looking for, think of some stories that your main character person could have that would contribute to this job, something that you would bring to the job that maybe somebody else might not. A story from your life, or something that you hope to contribute to the job that you're going for.
Yes.
Pre-plan.
Absolutely. And also
prep.
Also keeping some notes kind of on the way through. If you can't write them at the same time, some people cannot, then certainly writing those notes down after, because as I coach, we want that thank you note to be specific to your conversation, not necessarily something that's generic.
Yes.
We don't need the AI version of your thank you note. We need the thank you note where they go, oh, I remember talking to Rebecca because we talked about the book, right?
Right.
And calling that book out. So making sure that that's something that that you're able to trap. And when you're preparing, it's the same kind of thing. You're finding things that you have common ground with, which makes your thank you note even easier later on.
Yes, definitely. And you don't want to just show up cold. You want to make sure that you've thought of these things through before you're showing up.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Other topics that you want to pull in here?
I'm looking at my list. Give me 1 second,
Whole list.
Kevin.
So well prepared. Look at the preparation.
I'm so prepped.
So prepped.
It's so prepped. Another thing that we can talk about too is like camera height in terms of technical.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So in terms of technical, where you want your camera, you don't want it to be too high. And you definitely don't want to be looking down, only because it's not flattering to have a double chin when you're looking down. So if you have like a laptop stand, that's always good. But you want your camera just a little higher than eye level, just like you have yours, Kevin. You have yours. You did a good job.
I have a beard also, which contains the double chin as well.
I wish I could do that.
Not everybody can do it.
I can't do it.
Not everybody can do it.
Can't do it.
But yes, it is. So this is actually a standing desk, so I can like move it up and down. I don't do it in between during a call. I mean, I could, I guess, if it was a fun call.
Right.
You could play like the elevator game. But I try not to do it in professional calls. So I would say yes, to Rebecca's point. Make sure that it's on like a stand. It's stable is another one.
Yes, so it's not falling over.
Yes.
It's not falling over. Yes.
You're not balancing papers on it that you're going to need during the call that you're pulling out. Also very true. So clean area where you can write things down. You have some space.
Yes.
Maybe have something to drink just in case for some reason we're now in the spring season where pollen is attacking all of us. And we don't need a pollen attack in the middle of a call. So
not at all. Have some water.
Yep, have some water.
And taking big deep breaths before you sit down also helps. So walking around, getting your heart rate up a little bit, getting your energy up, like I was saying before, and then just taking that deep breath and also visualizing. Do you talk to your clients about visualizing?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. See how the meeting's going to go.
Yes.
And well.
Yep.
Or if it goes wrong, how you would problem solve.
And making sure that you have the steps in mind already. Start, middle, finish, and that you're kind of working towards that finish component so that you can be more effective when you're going back and saying, hey, I really want this position. I loved our conversation around whatever it may be.
Right.
The other one that I've actually used is throw a quick note on the door if you're home for these calls to not ring the doorbell because you're on this call, because there's nothing worse than having your 700-pound attack dog run through your house and try to kill the Amazon guy.
Yeah.
When they show up and ring the bell. So I would put something out there. Please don't ring bell.
Right.
You know, baby sleeping, whatever you need to tell them to.
Or put the dogs away or whatever you need to do.
Put the dogs away also. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's always a good one too. Those are great tips. What else do you have for us?
Oh, clean your lens. I don't know if I mentioned that.
What should they clean it with?
Any glass cleaner, but you just don't want to have a smudgy lens, because if you look smudgy, especially if you're using your phone to do your meeting, it's all smudgy with all the oils from your face, and it just looks dirty and not professional. So I would just clean it with some glass cleaner and just make sure it's ready to go, so that your face can be nice and clear.
So this would be completely over the top because most of our audience probably would not have this type of equipment.
Yeah.
But is there a recommended product for like the higher end separate camera type cleaner?
Yes, you can buy those on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, but there's like lens cleaner if you wanted to get it. If you just look up lens cleaner on Amazon, a bunch of options would come up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because there are types that you don't want to use for glasses. I know.
Yes. Yes. You don't want anything that has oils in it, or especially with computer screens, I think you don't want anything that is acidic.
Right.
That's me talking about something I'm not entirely sure, but I think you don't want to use like Windex on your computer screen.
Yeah, probably not. I would imagine. The alcohol.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot of nerd talk for this early in the morning. I mean, it's before lunch, but we've covered Kelvin and acidic.
We already talked about Kelvin.
Yeah,
we already talked about Kelvin.
At this point, half the audience is like, they don't know what they're talking about.
I'm out. I'm out.
This is craziness. This is blasphemy now.
So I talked about being in front of a window or a light so that you're lit up, but you don't want to have a window behind you, because all these cameras that we use for Zooms, they just get confused. They don't know where they need to have the exposure or light balance and all that. So your light will then be weird. You'll be super dark, and then it'll be really bright behind you. So make sure the window is always in front of you.
So what if you are being cast for a horror movie or possibly Star Wars? Then we go lighting from the back.
Then you take a flashlight and you hold it under your chin, and then
even better.
Horror.
Even better. I like that.
Listen,
that's perfect.
Listen, let's problem solve.
So there's a lot of options that we have for this audience at this point, not just for interviewing, also for casting. Obviously,
it's great. Any kind of job. Any kind of job.
Any job. Exactly. Hopefully it's a job you want, but just in case you fall into other things that you need different kind of lighting, we're good.
Yeah. Done and done.
That's awesome. What about in terms of sound? Can we cover that a little bit? So in terms of audio recommendations there?
I definitely would plug into your computer and use a headphone, just like you and I are both doing right now. I would not use Bluetooth. I would use wired, because Bluetooth tends to have interference come into it when you're when you least want it to. So I would not use Bluetooth. I would use a wired headset for any interviews. But if you don't have a wired one, you can just use your computer, but just make sure there's no ambient stuff that's going on in your room. These headphones tend to cut out that noise around.
Yep.
But if you don't have that option, just make sure your room is nice and quiet.
Yeah, I would also encourage turn off the Bluetooth setting on your phone. If you're not using your phone, you're on the computer, so you're not bouncing back and forth during the call. Sure. I was doing the Steve Martin visualization when you were going through the Bluetooth of the Car 54 from I think, was that Roxanne? I think it's Roxanne.
What a good movie.
That's a great movie.
Nobody who's watching this is going to know that movie.
No. They're like, what generation was that from?
A good one. A good one.
A great one, frankly. If you don't know it, you should. So it's shame on you.
There we go.
Shame on you all. Yes. All right. So we got audio, we got camera.
Yeah.
Our audience is pretty much good. Clothes. We got clothes we covered.
Yeah, we covered clothes. We covered light. We covered technical. Yep. Coming in prepared with your face, as well as your thinking about your whole meeting. What else?
I mean, the only other blooper that I have experienced that I've seen would be like, also, I'm not going to say this while you're taking a drink of water because it's I would also say check your teeth, strangely enough.
Yes, brush your teeth before you get on your Zoom.
Yep. If you did the poppy bagel in the morning, don't
want that. Yeah. Spinach frittata.
Yes. Very distracting to the other person. Yeah. Unless it's a comedy.
All grooming should be checked.
Yes.
Make sure your hair is good, your teeth are good, your clothes are clean, your camera is clean. All these things these little tweaks add up to a big first impression.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And one more note I would say is that make sure that if you have a headshot, that you look similar to your headshot when you show up for your meeting. So you want to have a headshot that's current. And you also don't want to cut your hair or dye it a different color in between the headshot and your meetings. So you want to make sure that when you show up, it's the same person that they're expecting.
That's an excellent point. This happens more than you think in terms of, so once again, in case you haven't listened to Rebecca's first podcast with us, how often should you get your headshot done?
If you've had a big drastic physical change, you should absolutely do it right now. Otherwise, if you look the same, every 2 years.
Yep. Every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Yep.
Yes.
You can push it to 5 years if you're like not changing a ton, but I will say you change more than you think you do. And also you just want a fresh, headshot to show people. You want fresh vibes and you want fresh information heading out. So every 2 years, I would say would be safe. Yeah.
I think there's a tendency with people who are in career search mode also that having that change helps confidence.
Yes.
Because it's a nice picture. It's been taken by someone. sometimes our headshot becomes like we do it on our own because we're gainfully employed and it's the same job, same in and out.
Sure.
So yeah.
It also shows that you're investing in yourself and in your career when
Mm-hmm.
you're investing money into your CV and as well as your headshots, both of those.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, could not agree more with please make sure that your headshot on, for example, LinkedIn matches the person that they're going to see when they open the call.
Yes.
They shouldn't be trying to figure out who this person is when they come in and wondering if they got the wrong call.
Yes.
So definitely make sure that all drives together.
Yes.
Sure.
And we've talked about AI before in terms of headshots. And I still stand on that. You have to be very careful using AI headshots only because they don't look quite real enough yet. But I might change my mind in 6 months. I don't know. Things are getting better, but I still think that you should get a headshot of yourself and not just send it to the AI companies, because they also tend to give you a glow up that doesn't necessarily look like you. And then you look very attractive, but it's not quite you.
Not quite you.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing where you're opening the call and like who, especially for sales type roles, actually, it happens a lot with people in sales.
Really?
The super glow up because they walk up on stage. Yes. But then like 4 years later, that's not that person anymore.
Real estate, the people in real estate, I've seen the same thing.
Yep.
Super retouched and just don't look like them. Yeah.
Yes. I also think, so the other point to that, the AI component is for lots of reasons. I know we covered on it in one of our previous podcasts. There are a fair amount of bots that are applying to jobs now. If you have a profile that is the headshots generated by AI, there's a decent chance that that reader or reviewer is going to think you may be a bot. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about how you're doing your headshot, that you don't want to be excluded based on the fact they don't think you're real.
Right.
So another reason to get that headshot squared away.
Right. Yeah. And not do AI.
Who knows what they're doing as bots applying to jobs, but
yeah, why?
I don't know. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that point yet. I don't know. But I would guess to gather maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're gathering information. Maybe they're just trying to engage that audience to then be able to sell services to them. I'm not sure, but apparently there's a fair amount from friends on the recruitment side who are seeing bots applying to jobs. And for the most part, they can usually identify them if they get to a screening component, they can identify them, but you don't want to put somebody in that position where that's a possibility.
Right.
So you want to have a real headshot.
They exclude you because they think you're already.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Be real. Be real, be you.
Be real, be you.
Be real, be you. Excellent. This was awesome.
You're
as
awesome.
Usual.
Thank you.
We try.
Always,
thank you so much for jumping in.
Always love the conversation.
Always fun. So, Rebecca, where can people find you when they need to get headshots and or advice on casting, as well as maybe even books? We could do books, possibly.
And
Rebecca
how to?
books behind
I do. I have quite a few books behind me. I am How Rebecca Sees It on Instagram. I also my website RebeccaSanabria.com, and that's it. Just those two places are the main spots you can find me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are good questions for you? What do people typically come to with questions in terms of what you get?
You mean in terms of coaching or?
Yeah, coaching or like services in terms of what you're doing.
People want to know how to look better on camera all the time. That's a lot of what people just think they don't look. Everyone's so hard on themselves. And so people want to know the tweaks in order to look better on camera, and little things like lighting and the way you show up and your mental preparedness all come together to help you just look better on camera. Look hotter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Rebecca, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Absolutely. If you guys have enjoyed this show, which I cannot imagine how you wouldn't, please make sure you give us 5 stars. Share it with somebody who maybe you don't really know how to tell them they could look better on camera, but we can.
They need help.
Maybe you know somebody who just wants a new outfit each time they're interviewing and they want that loophole. Share this with them. Send it along. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much.